I'm back to do a makeup tutorial. If you hear background noise, it's probably my son playing in the next room. I don't know exactly what I want to do for a look today, but I definitely want to be creative and just play in some color, possibly. Yeah. And if you're wondering about my hair is in, this is what, second day braid out, and I didn't re-braid it at night last night, but I am gonna do a hair tutorial after this, so stay tuned for that. To start off with the eyes, I'm just gonna prime my lids with my L'Oreal Magic De-Crease and my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. An Equal Tools concealer brush just to blend this out, and I do blend it to the brow bone if needed, but sometimes I don't. But I blend it all the way around. I use my finger too just to pat it out. To set that, I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk 109. It's just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee. This eyeshadow right here. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. So I think I want to do a graphic liner with some eyeshadows. So for the lid space, I'm gonna keep it very neutral. I'm not gonna add a ton of color. For my first blending transition color, I'm gonna use Cocoa Bear. You guys know this is like my most favorite prized possession eyeshadow. I've hit pan already. Like, I love this shadow. It's this one right here. And I'm using my Morphe M441. So I'm just going in through my crease with this warm brown shade. Since I've had that placed into my crease, I'm going to use this Morphe M443, and as you can see, it is not as fluffy, and it kind of has like, it's kind of thin. I'm just going to use this brush to add some more definition in the crease, and I'm going to use Chocolatier by Coastal Scents. So this is another well-beloved shade by me. It's this shade right here. So I'm just gonna place it a little bit lower than where the Cocoa Bear is, and I'm applying it all the way into the crease. So just a little bit lower. Going to use the previous blending brush to blend this all together. We want everything to be seamless. I'm going to use my E.L.F. Professional Eyeshadow Brush, and it's just this flat synthetic brush. And I'm just gonna use this shade right here. It is called Light Taupe by Coastal Scents. And I'm gonna use that to apply that all over my lid. So this color isn't doing it for me, so I'm gonna use Frappe by Makeup Geek. It's this middle one right here. The light taupe is exactly what it says. It's a taupey color, so it kind of has a gray undertone, and I don't want this look to look cool tone. So I'm just gonna apply that over top. And don't mind if it looks messy right now. I'm gonna fix that in a minute. Now just taking my M4433, the same brush I had the Chocolatier on, and I'm just gonna blend this out into the crease. Just to blend these two colors together. And using the same brush I had Cocoa Bear on and reapply that. Now for the fun part. So I picked two eyeshadows out of my stash, and they're by ColourPop. So one is called Drift and one is called Game Face. This one's Drift and this one's Game Face. So I'm going to use these two to create a wing liner. So I'm going to use Game Face in the inner part of my lid, and I'm going to use Drift on the outside of my lid. And I'm just going to do this eye first to see how it looks. Then I'm going to come back and do the other eye. Before I do that, I'm just going to use this E.L.F. Makeup Lock and Seal. And this is going to make those eyeshadows turn into a liner. So you just want to apply some. I already kind of have some on my hand. I'm just going to apply 1-2 drops. So I have some of the eyeshadow right here. And I'm just going to take it and place it where the liquid is and just mix it all together. So this is kind of what I have on my hand right now. You can see. So now I'm going to use it to start making this wing liner. Okay guys, this is what I have so far. And I did notice that if I went over it after I applied it mixed with the Lock and Seal. If I apply some of the just the dry shadow over top, it kind of intensifies the color, which I liked. I'm using my small angle E65 brush. It's just a regular angle brush, and I'm using this rag right here just to wipe it off every time I dip into both colors. So just wipe it off as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm just looking down, and I'm gonna have to be quiet for this part, so you guys are just gonna have to look and see what I'm doing. I have Drift on this brush, and I'm just gonna do my wing. and then you just want to swipe over it. Okay, I already applied lashes and mascara to my top lashes. The lashes I used were the Kiss number 11 lashes. And all I did was cut them in half. I took 2 pair, cut them in half, and stacked them on each other. So I just have them on the outer corners of my eyes. I didn't want a full lash. I wanted it to kind of, you know, flare out and give more emphasis on the wing. The mascara I used was my Telescopic mascara in Carbon Black. It's by Loreal. Now we can start on doing the face. We can come back to the eyes after we get done. To prep my face, I washed my face already with my facial cleanser, and then I applied some pure apple cider vinegar, and I used that as my toner all over my face. And then I used my Jason vitamin E oil. So I just use about like 2 squirts of this all over my face. And that's my moisturizer. And for acne treatment or for any pimples or bumps I have at the moment, I do use pure tea tree oil. And this brand is by Trader Joe's. Now I will apply my face primer. The face primer I am currently using right now is the Maybelline Master Primer, and it's the Blur and Smooth. And this primer, I noticed it's great for if you have dry skin or combination skin. I do have combination to oily skin, and I find that this primer doesn't really last on my skin that much. So throughout the day, I still have to blot. But for a moisturizing primer, it's very good at hydrating my face. There's no silicone in this. So for this primer, I like to apply it all over my face. I'm just gonna let this sit in for a couple minutes. Now for a foundation, I'm just going to be using my Covergirl Queen Collection All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation in Warm Caramel. And I do like the coverage of this foundation. I'm just gonna apply it to my face, straight to my face from the pump. I would say it's medium to full coverage. And to blend this out, I'm going to use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's just a dome brush like this. And I do like to pounce to apply foundation and swipe down. I've never used this foundation by itself because it is kind of a shade lighter than me, but we're gonna make it work today. And to apply a second layer, I'm just going to use my Revlon Colorstay foundation in 14 Cappucino. Like I said in my last makeup tutorial, this foundation, I don't know if this was an older formula, but this is kind of a shade darker than me, so I'm just going to use that for the outside of my face. So I'm just going to apply that to the perimeter of my face. highlight my face, I'm just going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Fawn. And I'm just going to apply that to the highlighted areas. And I'm using my same Expert face brush to blend it out. To further blend that out, I'm just going to use my EB13 brush just to get into these smaller areas underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to, I just applied a little bit of foundation just to blend out everything. I'm just going to go straight into contouring, and I'm going to use my Black Radiance pressed powder in Rich Mahogany. I'm just going to use my Sedona Lace FB05 face brush, and this is a dense brush, and I'm just going to apply this where my forehead is, where my temple is. Right here underneath my cheekbones, and as well as underneath my jawline. I did forget to set my concealer. Usually I do that before contouring, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in N7 Classic Tan. And I'm using an E.L.F. complexion brush to apply this, and I just tap it in so it's on the side, so you can see it's some on there. Excess and right underneath. I usually apply this where I get oily as well, which is around my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead. Those are the spots that I tend to get a lot of oil. To further blend everything out, I'm just going to take the same brush I used to set my highlighter with, or my concealer with, and just blend everywhere. So I'm just sweeping it over my face just to blend everything out. You want everything to look seamless. Okay, now for some highlight. For highlight, I'm just going to use my Milani Bake Bronzer in 05 Soleil. This is just one of my favorite highlights. And if you are lighter, paler than I am, then this would be a bronzer for you, but it is a highlight for me. So I'm just going to use the same complexion brush, and I'm just apply some on the side, and I'm just gonna press it into the highest points of my face. And apply some to my finger and apply some right on the tip of my nose, because I like to have a button nose. blend it. And for blush, I'm using my Milani Bake Powder Blush in Bella Rosa. And I'm using my Sedona Lace 980 brush to apply this. It's a big fluffy brush. And since I do have large cheeks, I do not apply this on the tops of my apples. I do apply it in the back, and I blend it together with the highlight into the contour. And this color looks so good on rich and deep skin tones. It's really the perfect color. It just gives you a nice flush to the cheeks. So now we're done with the face. We're gonna go back to the eyes and work on the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I think I want to put some color down there since it's pretty neutral on the lids, on the top of the lids. So I want to add a little bit of color. I'm going to use my Sephora dual-ended eyeshadow and smudger brush. I'm going to take this smudger side and dip it into Cocoa Bear and apply some to my lower lash line. Now I'm just going to apply with the same smudger brush the Chocolatier and smudge it on the lower lash line. And taking the other side, I'm just going to use that to blend everything together. Now to open up the eyes, I'm just going to use my dual-ended NYC Eyeliner Duet in 88 Unforgettable. Just looks like this. And I'm just going to use this light peach side for my waterline. So I know I said I wanted some color for the lower lash line, but I think I'm just gonna add a pop of color in the inner corner instead. So I'm just gonna apply mascara to my lower lash line. And this is the same Telescopic mascara in Carbon Black. Now I'm going to apply this bright lime green shadow. And it's called Vibrant Lime Green and it's by Coastal Scents. And I'm going to apply that Liberty. And I'm going to apply that liberally in the inner corners. And I'm going to use my Pinto E30 brush by Sigma. Okay, since the eyes are done, we're going to go to lips. And I'm thinking, I don't know what lip to do. So first choice is going to be a nude, and it's Milani's Teddy Bear. This is the color. It's a great brownie pink shade, and with no lip liner, I'm just gonna apply that all over my lips. This is what the nude lips look like. Very subtle, very okay, very boring. So we're gonna just turn this up just a notch. Wipe that off, girl. Now, if you want to be bold in things, stuff in life, we're gonna go in. We're gonna make this just a ColourPop theme, right? We're gonna go in with ColourPop's Lippy Stick and Pitch. You can't see that. Show you. This is it. It is very brown, guys. It's straight brown poop. It's straight brown, guys. So, let's apply this. And I'm gonna hurry up because my battery's about to die. Hey guys, this is the finished look. You guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know this isn't summer ready or summer friendly, but I don't base my looks off the seasons. See my nails? I don't base my nail color off the seasons either. That's stupid. But I think this is very cute, very different. I love doing graphic liners. I definitely will try another color in an upcoming video if you guys would like that. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.